up, everyone? It's your girl Shay here, and I'm back with another video for you guys. And as you can tell by when this video comes out, it is Wednesday, which means it's time for another episode of Nerd News. And for this week's episode of Nerd News, I'm talking about some anime news. I'm also talking about some Marvel rumors, kind of. And I'm also going to be talking about, of course, the coronavirus, just because this has been kind of affecting the nerd community, and I want to talk about some questions that I kind of have regarding how this is going to affect us more possibly in the future. But first things first, I want to start off with some anime news, and that is talking about the new My Hero Academia movie, which just recently came out. And this weekend's box office numbers were surprising. My Hero Academia came in 4th in the box office, and I don't know about you guys, but I was thoroughly shocked. And to me, if this isn't a message that anime movies can actually pack a punch at the box office, then I don't know what is. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I am definitely very interested in watching it. And just based off of these box office numbers alone, it seems like it's a really good movie. Now, one of the things that was mentioned though in the article that I read was that the last time numbers were seen like this was with the Dragon Ball Z movie, but that one actually came out over a holiday weekend. So they're saying that that definitely helped it a lot. But for My Hero Academia, it didn't come out on a holiday weekend. So this was purely just anime fans going to the movies and wanting to see this movie. So good job us going to the movies and showing out and letting all the communities know and the movie community know that anime movies can definitely do well at the box office. The next thing I want to talk about is, of course, some Marvel news. And this is like not really news, but like rumors. So, of course, with the whole coronavirus, they've been talking about some plot points that might have or were supposed to be happening in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, although this is purely just a rumor. So I don't really know if this is true yet, mostly because we don't exactly know the entire plot of what this series is going to basically talk about. But one of the things that was rumored was that it was supposed to have like interwoven a plot of a virus coming out and like the fate of the world and yada yada yada. But of course, with the coronavirus now basically out in multiple different countries and people thinking it might become a pandemic, they might have cut this out. Now, I've read a few things online, like mostly on Twitter, and a lot of people's opinions about it, and some people feel that they should have left this in if this is a possible plot. Me, myself, though, I understand why. The main reason why I can see if this is a plot point, why they decide to take it out or heavily change it, is because it's kind of insensitive to what is going on nowadays. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh man, everyone's just so sensitive these days. But I think it's not just that, but also because it could probably most likely cause a lot more fear and a lot more racism that we've been seeing towards Asian people concerning the coronavirus, because it originated or it started in China. But so I can obviously see why they're deciding, if this is a plot point, once again, this is alleged, this is just a rumor, I can see why they're probably deciding to take out that plot point, because they don't want to cause any bigger issues. Now, for those of you guys who are once again saying this is sensitive and that they should have just left it in or whatever, this isn't the first time that this has actually happened in TV or in television. I can definitely say that there are a few Pokemon episodes that have actually centered or have actually had plot points taken out of it because it did deal with tragedies that have happened. I do know that there was an episode that involved Tentacool and Tentacruel in Pokemon where it revolved like around an earthquake or a possible earthquake, and at that time an earthquake had happened in Japan, and that episode was removed. There also was an episode where Ash actually got sick with some sort of flu or some sort of cold, and it heavily the symptoms were heavily like reminded of or were very similar to something that was also happening in Japan at that moment. So that was also removed or taken out. And of course, we all know about the Safari Zone episode where Ash had a gun pointed at him, and that episode was actually heavily edited and actually removed out of US circulation because of the fact that it dealt with the US was dealing with like school shootings and stuff like that. So this is not the first time that a show has been changed or edited or had episodes removed due to the material being sensitive to things that are currently happening in a country or that has happened in a country. So you guys don't have a big deal about it if this has happened, just because of the fact this isn't the first time and it's not going to be the last time that this has happened. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, of course, is once again the coronavirus, which I just mentioned in my last topic. But this is more so around like convention season and so on and so forth. because we've been seeing a lot of cancellations for a lot of like conventions that have been happening in the tech world. So like I know Facebook had some sort of convention that they were talking about. I know recently Disney has something that they're talking about as well, but they've canceled theirs. I know Facebook has canceled theirs. We're seeing so many cancellations revolving around like large groups of people basically getting together. And of course we're getting into convention season, and I'm only saying convention season because it's hitting summer, and you know there's so many conventions that go on in the summer because a lot of kids are out of school and so on and so forth. And I'm curious on whether the big name conventions that drag in or bring in a lot of big crowds are going to be canceled, or if they're going to take any precautions regarding the virus that is going on now. And I know you guys are saying, hey, it's going to be summer, it's going to be okay, like it probably won't be as bad. We honestly don't know. And even though it's summer, it doesn't mean during the summer you can't catch a cold or can't catch a flu. So for me, like the big conventions I'm kind of talking about are like San Diego Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con. For me, where I'm at, there's Fanime, which is also a huge anime convention. And I'm curious on if these conventions will be canceled. And the main reason why I asked this is because so many people have said they've caught a con flu after going to a con, and they've gotten sick after because it's just large crowds of people. So I'm very curious because as of right now, we haven't heard anything. At least I know I have not seen any from the convention circuit regarding conventions being canceled or like rescheduled for a later date or anything like that. I haven't heard anything. And the main reason why I bring this up is because we've all known at conventions, I know for the one that I go to, there's always things that are printed or said of like, hey, be sure you shower, be sure you eat well, be sure you can stay hydrated, and also be sure to wash your hands, because we all know that some people are not that hygienic, and it can cause issues and it can cause problems. So I'm just very, very curious, and I honestly don't know what's going to happen because we already know that the coronavirus has been affecting the anime community or the nerd community. I know for the anime community, it's put a lot of shows like on hold, and a lot of episodes are being delayed coming out because in Japan they basically kind of have shut down everything because of the spike in cases in Japan. So we don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm curious if people are going to start asking for their money back regarding conventions. I know definitely I'm just talking about the US, and the US has just recently seen a little bit more spike in cases. So I'm just very curious. My thoughts on this is that I wouldn't be surprised if they started trying to cancel a lot of conventions or started trying to give people their money back. I honestly wouldn't be surprised, especially with the amount of fear that people have regarding the coronavirus. And this, I'm just saying this just because there is just obviously a lot of fear surrounding it because of how heavily it is talked about on the media nowadays. So that's just what I think. If that doesn't happen, hey, good. And I just hope that for anyone who is going to a convention or to large gatherings out, just make sure to wash your hands. Make sure that you have like hand sanitizer on them. I know that hand sanitizer does not help viruses. They're mostly just for bacteria. But make sure to wash your hands. You know, they say wash your hands for 30 seconds, sing the happy birthday song twice. And yeah, just make sure you do that if you are going out to places where it's just large crowds of people. But overall, for all of these topics, I want to know your thoughts. Have you seen the My Hero Academia movie? And if you have, what did you think? And please don't post spoilers because I plan to see the movie next weekend. So please don't. Or actually, no, I see it this weekend, this Saturday. I'm actually going to be watching the My Hero Academia movie. So yeah, please don't post spoilers. As far as the whole coronavirus affecting possible plot points in The Falcon and Winter Soldier or any other shows, what do you guys think about that? What are your opinions about it? Do you feel like they should leave this plot point in if this is a plot point, or do you understand the reason why they may take it out, and how do you feel about it? Also, of course, how do you feel about conventions and the coronavirus, and do you think conventions will be canceled, or do you think conventions might take a little bit more precautions into making sure that everyone is safe? Let me know what your opinions are, and let me know also if you're someone who goes to conventions every year, if the whole coronavirus thing is making you a little bit more weary or a little bit more cautious about going to a convention this year. I'm very curious to know what you guys think about it. But that's what I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment down below your thoughts. Of course, share this video out if you feel like other people will enjoy my content or feel like other people will enjoy this video. Of course, I will have links down below to all my social media accounts, my Instagram, my Twitter, my blog as well. So please click on the links, follow me on there, check me out on there, feel free. And of course, like always, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. All right, you guys.